the underground. Make madness your ritual.
Oh, shit. What's happening? It's Friday. Hey, you know what? It is Friday, and I'm going to have a good time here. And that was some Die Hard Corpse. How does that go, Rob? What is
Die Hardcore?
Die Hardcore. Psst. Die Hard Corpse.
Die Hardcore.
Psst.
Or no. Psst.
There's a psst on the end of it.
No.
Isn't there?
There is.
Oh, okay, but it's silent.
It's pronounced core.
Okay. The Die Hardcore.
Yeah.
That is the title, the theme song. The title track. Is that?
That is the theme song title track of the Die Hardcore.
That's the single, or EP. Is that an EP?
Yeah,
single?
it's that and one other song, "Punching God in the Face."
Why would you do that? Are you guys trying to get canceled?
I don't know. I think Kellerman's trying to get us canceled.
Damn. You know who's not trying to get canceled? The Lowbrow Saints Tattoo Collective. So go there and give them a call, 612-353-4755, or shoot them an email, lowbrowsaints@gmail.com. Our fancy new sponsor, the Shred Den, is now open Monday through Friday, 5 to 8. Saturdays, 11 to 5 p.m., 9100 85th Avenue North, Suite 100, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Give them a shout, 763-350-2191, 763-350-2191, www.theshredden.net. Hit them up. Rob, you know them guys? Have you bought
sounds
it?
familiar. I'm not too
You bought any
sure.
guitars from that place?
I don't think I've been in there yet.
Really?
Gotta check it out.
I heard it's pretty sweet.
It might be.
I heard they got some really sweet guitars in there.
Yeah, I heard they just hired some guy I don't like though. So
What? Who's that guy?
I don't know. It's not just
I don't like him either.
Why don't you guys like that guy? He's a nice guy. Fucking A. Well, congratulations to, by the way, Jordan, since you are the new member of the Shred Den crew, right?
That's the rumor.
Yep.
And you're gonna be doing some electrical stuff, some swapping of
Pickups, electronics, speakers for cabs and whatnot, and all that fun stuff.
fuck yeah. So Rob, how long have you been open now?
March 2nd was opening day. So what's that? A month and a half, coming up on 2 months actually. So not too long.
So how's it going so far?
It's going good. Probably a little bit better than I expected. It's been picking up a lot of traction, a lot of support out there with people sharing stuff, talking about it, stopping in. It's been pretty huge, and then so yeah, it's going pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it.
That's
excited.
badass.
Yeah,
I know a guy who, a guy who's played guitar for a really long time. That's got to be a dream come true to open up your own spot.
yeah, it's pretty cool for a lot of different reasons. One reason is people coming in wanting to talk gear with you. I love talking gear. You know that.
Yep.
You've known me for a long time.
For sure.
We talk about gear. So that's a cool part of it. Getting to know new people that I haven't seen before in the metal scene, right? A lot of younger kids too.
Yeah.
And then of course being able to get Deans and BC Rich and become a dealer for companies like that and Legion and Vader and all that, and working with those guys on that side of it instead of just being a customer. So
Yeah.
it's been fun. It's been exciting. I've learned a lot already in just a couple months too, man.
So, I mean, so a guy says, I want to open a guitar shop. You've obviously made connections with like Jackson and things like that, places that you purchased from.
Yeah, so what I found out is that number one, you have to have a storefront, right?
Yep.
They won't give you anything unless you have a storefront. So I did the whole LLC thing, got the company up, got the storefront, and I had enough inventory of my used personal stuff to at least get the shop started while I was trying to get all this stuff. And at the same time, I started out with Vader cabinets.
Yeah.
Legion Guitars, which is Chad Pettit from Angerot.
Yep.
He owns Legion Guitars. Harvey Audio pedals. So I knew I could still have some new product in the store. It just might not be the brands that everybody knows, but it's still quality as everything else that everybody knows, right?
Right.
So I knew I could start there while I'm working these. So I got the used stuff, some underground new stuff that I can try to help push. That's quality stuff while I'm working these deals with ESP. I'll have ESP coming in, BC Rich, which I already have in, Dean and stuff like that. So.
Now that's kind of here's the thing is like, you say like, kind of underground stuff that people may not know right off the top.
Yep.
But I know for a fact that all of that stuff you've already said, you've backlined a shit ton of concerts in town and out of town.
Yep.
Even, and all of the stuff that you use has been fucking battle tested right into the mix of all of it.
Yeah, it's not like I'm just saying, hey, let me try your stuff out. It's all stuff that I know is from reputable people that I've used before.
Right.
Vader cabinets, I've been using Vader for 6-7 years probably consistently now.
Yep.
And like you said, I've taken those things out on the road. I've backlined fests locally and regionally. Never had an issue. Best sounding cabs I've ever used. I know Chad Pettit went with his Blackheart thing, and then he restarted with Legion Guitars, going in kind of a different direction with different builders and different designs. I have one of the prototypes from a few years ago when he first started. Quality guitar, so he was easy to bring his stuff into the store and be able to represent it. So,
dude, with those fucking cases that they came in, holy shit,
Yep.
dude, you could throw those down a flight of stairs, man.
Yep.
It'd be tough. Well, I won't say it would be tough, but fucking guys at the airport would
Yeah.
would see that it'd be like the old Samsonite commercials with the gorilla just
Yep.
throwing the shit everywhere.
Yeah, no, they come with great cases, air flight cases, foam fitted. I mean, it's a quality instrument. Legion sold one to a guy in Washington, Derek Jensen, that we all know. He bought one. He loves it. Like I said, I have my personal one, and the ones I played in the shop, they're great. So
now I know that the Dean's kind of been a new one for you guys to get into the shop now, and I seen Tannic actually posted pictures of those two Deans today.
Yeah. Yep.
They're fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
When I was asking him about them right away, because I like to pick, Nate's brain. It'd be like if I worked with you on a daily, you know what I'm saying? I'd be asking questions, seeing them come into the shop and hearing that you guys are, getting, new makes and models of fucking guitars coming in.
Right.
I asked him right away. I'm like, dude, how do those things play? Because they look sharp as shit, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're great. They got nice silk, not gloss. The what are they? Matte satin necks, which are really fast, right? Dean's got a little bit of a thicker neck than I'm used to, but it's not like a baseball bat. So I remember when I first pulled them out of the box, I'm like, oh, this is great guitar, Fishman influence, push-pull pots, great finishes. And I'm like, it just feels a little thick. And then a couple days later, Nate and I did a playthrough just to one of our drum tracks, and I was like, holy shit, this guitar, the neck is fast. Sounds killer. So
yeah, Nate was hipping me to that too.
Yeah.
He was saying that the backs are finished different, and I think he showed me one.
Yeah.
The day that we got him in.
Yeah. So those are killer guitars, man.
I tried one, and the neck it surprised me because I'm normally not a big fan of Dean myself.
Right.
But the satin neck is like just awesome.
Yeah, it makes a world of difference for
that
sure.
needs to be on every guitar.
Now they've been changing things quite a bit over at Dean too, right?
Yeah,
they're not just set into that same dime bag style shit. Like
right,
that's what I always knew.
There was a whole lawsuit behind that and all that stuff, and then getting sued by Gibson and all that.
Okay.
So their new slogan for 2024 is "Zero fucks given," right? And they're posting that all over their social media and website and all that. And basically,
that's badass.
Like the V is the old Dave Mustaine, they just call it the Vengeance now, and then they got the Zero, which is one of the another one, and so yeah, they're just throwing the fingers up, and I'm like, I'll sell those guitars. I like those guys. I like the guitars. Let's go. Kind of whatever.
Now was that one of the companies that reached out to you actually, and was?
They did reach out, but I gotta give a shout out to Randall Pearson from Condro Guitars out in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I've talked to him for a while. Been kind of friends. I bought some stuff from him because he used to deal high-end custom shop stuff too. Still does.
Yeah.
Just out of his house now instead of a storefront. And he actually put in a word for me with BC Rich. So when I reached out to them, they hooked me up. And then Dean reached out to me based on what Randall said. ESP reached out to me on their own.
That's pretty dope.
So that was pretty cool. So, they have a local rep here too.
Okay.
His name's Zero. Used to work for New Capay back in the day as a
Oh,
sales guy.
shit.
So he's
Okay.
old school. He's been around. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So
Yeah, that's
how that
wicked.
came
Now,
about.
I know you like the higher end stuff with the as far as like the ESP, they have a lot of high end gear, correct?
They do, yeah. So with the ESP stuff, basically you have to pre-order. Like you'll get a list, and then you'll order it, and it's anywhere from 8 to 18 months.
Damn.
So when the list comes out of what you can order, you gotta snap it up quick, or
You're stuck fucking
you're
waiting.
Yeah, you're waiting. So I haven't got anything in from them yet, but that'll be coming probably June.
Okay. That's a trip, man. That's crazy how it's so cool that being in the business as far as like playing out and being such a guitar head and a gear head, you've rubbed elbows with so many different people that, I mean, I've walked up on conversations where you and guys have just been in full, it sounds like you're talking Japanese to me.
Right.
I mean, I remember the one night I came over and you helped me set up my bass, my white bass.
Yeah.
And I went over and we were sitting there and we're having a couple beers, and all of a sudden, dude, you were giving me like this history lesson of all these guitars that you had, and like, it was just the ones on the fucking wall, but you were like, dude, I got this one over here, I got this one over there, and like this one off of this, and dude, I was going, yeah.
Yep.
Like, it was so cool to hear that shit, and this is what I love about the fact that you and Tannic are doing so much hand in hand with this guitar shop, is because you guys know your shit. You know what I mean? Whether you guys argue who's got the best tone or who uses the best.
Him.
Now, where's he at? I'm waiting for him to.
He knows it. He's not going to say it.
But it's super cool to see you guys, such guitar gear guys in
Guitar nerds.
Yeah, just in this spot.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. I see a lot of the high-end stuff. Are you going to be, is that your target market? Are you guys going to be pulling in any new and used stuff? I mean, more used stuff or anything like that? Are you doing any consignments or doing any of that?
Okay, so as far as the high-end stuff, of course, that would be a target market because that's where the largest margin is in a guitar shop. So I want to be like mid-level to that level. So I have, for example, I just got a Neil Mosier custom shop, BC Rich, built in Arizona, wired by Neil, hand built in, right? That's a $10,000 guitar.
Damn.
And then I have another one coming next week, BC Rich V, another handmade Casey Crabtree build. It's another $10,000 guitar, right?
Damn.
So I will have some of those, but my main focus is going to be, like the newer BC Rich stuff. That's like the mid to high. I don't really want to get into too much of the lower end stuff, but obviously used, right? I've already taken a lot of trades, do consignments. I got a Laney, Ironheart head there on consignment.
That's your rig?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we do consignments, used, buy, trade. I had a guy drive from Appleton, Wisconsin yesterday because I had a Mesa oversized cabinet he wanted. Drove from Appleton for a trade plus cash our way. So, we'll sling it, we'll deal, we'll work with people, we'll be fair, right?
Right.
Because we don't want any kind of a bad reputation or anything like that.
So how long is the list of things hit Nate's wish list? How long is that shit?
It's pretty long. It's like a book's worth.
And is it like hidden so Christine can't come in and fucking find it?
Every time we get something in, he's like, put it on my tab, put it on my tab.
Is it like, are you going to be like, you've seen Goodfellas when the guy comes up and he's like, yeah, what do you want? You standing over my fucking shoulder. He's going like that. He's like, well, I got to come, I'll put it on my tab. He's like, well, it's the tab. It's like 7 fucking G's here. And he starts losing his mind and smashes him in the head.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
No. Him and I are probably two of the worst people to be doing this because both of us are like kids in a candy store when we get new stuff in.
Right.
When we get new guitars in, or if we get used guitar ins, or if we get trades or whatever. I mean, we had a trade, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and both Nate and I, it was a Gary Holt Eclipse. And Nate and I were like, oh my God. And the thing lasted like 2 days. Somebody came in and bought it. Like, God damn it, I wanted that thing in the shop longer just so I could play it.
Right.
Didn't you have like 2 of those?
Only one. I had one other one. But I bought that. I got that when I think it was 2018 when Gary Holt was in town with Slayer and he did the clinic at Capitol. Yeah. I bought one off the wall and had him sign it. And then Paul Thuey's a Slayer nerd, so I sold it to him because it was autographed by a guy from Slayer, so I'm glad he has it.
Nice. That's awesome.
So I didn't even play that one because it was signed. It just sat in the closet and then hooked Paul up with it.
Because I'm ADHD, I want to bounce back to that first tune, the Die Hardcore. That's kind of like a super group here. That's like a bunch of different good fucking players from town. Yes.
Yeah, except for me, but yeah.
So it's
you got Jay, who's been in the punk rock scene since the '80s, going back to Conspiracy, and of course Kellerman, right? He goes all the way the fuck back, and then Limo, right? Yep. So and then Nate, of course. So it's fun, man. It's just kind of, we wanted to mix a little bit of hardcore and thrash. I think it's been pushed a little more towards the thrash, but not complete super thrash. But it's really fun, man. It's a no stress kind of band. We just walk in, throw some riffs out, beat. Well, Kellerman comes back with the lyrics, and we're done. We're moving on.
Every single one of you guys are accomplished dudes have been playing a long time. It's kind of like how when we all got into the room together, me, you, Don, and Jordan and Greg. Yep. It was one of those type of things where you knew the energy, it was possible.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
It's just seeing it and watching it burn out so fast, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like, all right, yeah, let's go. We're on the right fucking track. I remember leaving that first day like, holy shit, man, that was awesome. And then
even that phone recording we have, I still listen to once in a while.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's heavy, dude.
Yeah,
but
it was good.
I'm sure that's how it is, huh?
Yeah.
Going in and just fucking, you got to do this.
I think it's even more laid back than that, because I think when we were doing that, everybody's kind of looking in the room like,
right.
Make sure that you throw something out there that's good.
Yeah.
We're Die Hardcore. Naked shit on the floor. We'd write a song to it. So. Right. But you get what I'm saying, though? Does that make any sense?
It does, because it feels like you've seen Nate shit on the floor before. That's just kind of how it feels, man. Sorry. That's funny, dude. That's funny. Thank you, everybody, for joining the chat here too. Matt Taylor, Jim Osborne, Jess. Thank you very much, as always, for the hospitality the other weekend. Appreciate it so much. And fucking Nate's in here causing a ruckus. Marion's in there causing a ruckus. The She-Hulk. Who else we got in there? Well, that's pretty much it.
Isn't that the strongest member at the warehouse, Jordan? Marion?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've heard she became the strongest member of Glutton because Nate couldn't lift up a 300-pound window.
And she tossed it across the thing like it was nothing.
Now
It's just like, nope.
I
And
firmly
she's just
believe,
like, oh,
I honestly
one hand.
firmly believe that she was just there to show these guys that it could be done. Because after that, each one of them could lift it up.
Right.
It was like she just walked over and just picked it up. I'm going, holy shit. As she's yelling at me, don't you even dare. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh, God, this is so tempting to just try. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Yeah, she made us all look silly. It was great. I loved it. It was absolutely nuts. Oh, hey, Jim, thanks. I finally got that paperwork, by the way. I'm going to go take care of that tomorrow. Appreciate it. Appreciate your hard work, you and your cousin. Appreciate it, buddy. Now, are you guys working on more material right now? You said you just have the Punch God in the Face and Die
Hardcore, yep.
Why do I keep fucking that up?
So we have another 5 or 6 songs ready to record. So we have a show May 24th at Palmer's, playing the outdoor stage with Misery, War Plague, and Vacant.
Up here. Let me
once we get done with that, we're going to probably track those 6 tunes, and then maybe tag those 2, Die Hardcore and Punching God together for 8 tracks and put out a full length. That's probably what we'll do. So hopefully we can have some out by end of June, maybe early July.
1459. You doing it there? You guys going?
Jay will record his own drums.
Okay.
We'll do everything else at 1459. Yeah, Will's already hit me up to schedule. I'm like, wait till I get the drum tracks done first, and then we'll get in there. But we'll knock that out quick. So I'm looking forward to it. It's pretty slamming shit.
Badass. Again, that's Palmer's 500 Cedar Avenue, South Minneapolis. Vacant, Bucky's Band, some Misery, War Plague, and Die Hard Core. May 24th, 6 p.m. doors, 21 plus, $15 at the door. Go check that out, by the way. Let me see here. Where are we at? Oh, there we go. We're right there. Back at it. And then, I guess we could talk about how you bounced back into Blackfoot Diesel. Dude, now they have a rotating door, and it's been.
I found that out in a short period of time.
It's been like that for a long time, and you know what? I fucking give nothing but praise to Greg for straightening himself out.
Yeah,
big love, dude. I'm glad that he's pulled himself out of some shit. For all of you guys that know Greg Moog, he's been the lead singer for forever.
Yeah.
That's his band, pretty much.
Yeah.
But he's had a ton of different lineups, and they've all been good. They've all created great stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We heard the story. I think the last time you were on here was like
his drunk call at 3 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't you? You called Don, then you called him, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on with this?" And you guys started figuring it out. Then Don exits the band.
I think it was Gerson, and then Don exited, and then I was looking at already kind of talking about starting Die Hardcore, and then with my regular daily grind, I was like, okay, where this is at right now, plus what I have going on, I just told Greg, hey, because they brought Dennis in. Dennis is going to replace Don.
Who you jammed with before.
Yep.
Correct.
And Blood Trust way back in the day. And I was just thinking about my time, what I wanted to do, and just reached out to Greg and said, hey, appreciate the last year playing the shows, recording the EP with you. I've had a good time, no hard feelings, and moved on. And then, he hit me up probably about a month and a half ago and asked, and I was like, the timing's right. I have time for it if this is what the commitment's going to be. Love all the dudes in the band. Love Chewy.
Yep.
Dennis, who I've jammed with before.
Yep.
Love Moog. Don't know Al
fucking
Born.
Al, dude. Fuck.
I don't know him on a personal level, but
He's
man, he's
such
a hell of a
good
drummer.
dude.
Yeah, he
He's
seems
such
like a good dude.
He's a really good dude.
Jammed with him a couple times now.
I've known that dude. He's been around a long time.
Porcelain
with
God and
Porcelain
shit,
God.
right?
Yep, back in the day, he recorded it. You know, he did the mixing and mastering of the Outside the Murder shit.
Yep.
And he was doing stuff with what the fuck was that?
Pentagram.
Pentagram. That he was playing with them guys.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like
Pentagram, and he was doing something with someone else when he was over on the East Coast. I can't remember who it was, but definitely got his name out there. And
right.
he's just a beast.
He's
Yeah,
an
super cool
absolute
dude.
beast. Yeah.
Super happy guy, killer drummer, man.
I love that he's back. He's such a force, man. He's such a solid drummer.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is when Don exited again, because he came back and then exited again, the night that he did, Dennis played that set by himself, and he fucking held his own, man.
fucking nailed it.
He's such a he's always been a beast, man.
Yeah.
You know, since the guitar was bigger than him, for fuck's sake. you know how motherfuckers like have this giant head as a kid and they grow into their head. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's pretty much what he had, this giant guitar, and like grew into it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like filled it out. It's like he had really big pants at one time. You know what I'm saying? But to have you guys, you know, jamming side by side again, that's got to be pretty damn cool.
It's pretty cool, man. I mean, you know, back in the day, God, however fucking long, 2008, 2009 ago it was, you know, I jammed with him for a couple of years, him and Mike and Blood Trust and Rob Detch. And he really pushed me as a guitar player back then, you know, playing the type of music we were doing, what he was writing, you know.
Right.
And then towards the end of that, we started writing together, which was pretty cool. And then it fell apart. But yeah, after all these years, man, it's cool to jam with him. He's always been a solid, tight guitar player. Yeah, hell of a guitar player.
Hell of a fucking stand-up guy too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's a good dude.
Yep.
You seem to surround yourself with a lot of solid people, and it's admirable, man. You know, like you keep your circle pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? Like you know where people are at. It's admirable to watch. You know what I mean? Like even. Just not just the music stuff, just your business stuff, you know, just watching you grow in the last few years is like, holy shit, dude, you know, you came back swinging, you know?
Yeah.
It's great to see, dude. I
appreciate that. I guess being in it, I don't really see it that way, but
for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's, well, you know, knowing half the story and being, you know, hearing you talk about it and seeing you guys, you know, move from one end of the town to the next, and like, you know what I mean, like buying a house and having all kinds of cool shit, and like, it's good to see, man. It's fucking great. And then, you know, when you were talking like just bringing the Shred Den together, you know what I mean, like, it's something that you think about as a kid, like, fuck, man, I'd love to work in a fucking you know, guitar
Music
store,
guitar store, for sure.
You know, like just watching, you know, hey, it's so and so from this band, hey, it's so and so from this band, you know what I mean?
Yep. Nope.
Definitely. Now, with the Shred Den stuff, do you got? I know you have a local section and do stuff like that.
Yep.
And are you going to be doing any consignment for local people to sell their?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm open to that for sure. David Witcherman, for example, I just hit him up online because Callous Soul just dropped their album. Said, hey, bring some up at the shop. He said he's going to bring some up this weekend. So, you know, all the Twin Town stuff I'll have kind of separate with my pricing with that. And everybody wants to come in and consign anything, just let me know what they want out of it. And I'll, you know, tack my buck or two on it or whatever. And so anybody that wants to T-shirts too, if you want to put any merch up there on consignment, CDs, whatever you got, you know, anything that I can help put on display for the bands out there.
Do you have a good space for it or not?
Yeah, I think so. It's a smaller space, but I think the way it's laid out works really well. You know, the T-shirt rack we got, you know, I got another one of those. If you come in the shop, you'll see it. So I definitely got some room to add some stuff if more stuff comes in, for sure.
Badass, man. Badass. That's really cool. You hear that, fuckos? Whoever's listening, you want to sell your stuff at the Shred Den, you should definitely do it. You know, there's always it's always great to have a centralized spot where you're like, hey, where'd you get that? You know what I mean? Or you're not able to make it to a show. You know that you can run to the Shred Den and get a, you know, maybe a shirt that's they're out at the show, but they got a few at the Shred Den. You might want to check the Shred Den before you fucking give up on it, you know?
Yep. And the CDs do move there. I've noticed that already because the first day that Jess and I put the CDs out, somebody came in and bought two right away. Like every other day somebody walks in, they're buying at least a couple CDs.
Dude, that's
so
what
they move there.
That's what I thought was kind of crazy about the Twin Town thing when you started that too. You know what I mean? The guy's got a fucking music store. He's got a fucking, you know, label. He's got all this stuff, but people are interested in that stuff.
Yeah.
If I would have ran into a booth of yours back when I was a kid, I would have bought all that shit. You know what I mean? Just because every band all has great covers. Half the stuff's probably laid out by Jordan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, badass that you'd be able to go to a fucking, a sweet spot.
The label thing was fun, especially at Fest. They were all, you'd always have people, again, like the shop.
Sure.
You always got people coming up, looking through the stuff. You're meeting new people. You're talking to them about metal, new bands that maybe I haven't heard of, or vice versa, or making recommendations out of the bin. So that was pretty cool too. But when I was doing that, when I started doing that, people were still buying a lot of CDs online. And even in the digital age, when I think I started doing that in 2012, 2013, right there. And so, the CDs are moving online, which was the quickest way. And then I'd set up at the festivals or whatever and have good days there too. But I'd say probably the last 3 to 4 years, I mean, it's just, there's not as much physical want for the physical media for CDs.
Right.
So that's why I started kind of backing away for it, because the sales are going down, but the costs aren't coming down to get the things produced. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of time, takes up a lot of storage. You should have seen my garage before I started putting pallets of the CDs in the warehouse, and I still got a bunch in there. But, at least now I have somewhat of a smaller outlet to put them out there physically, which is pretty cool. So, but, the label, I haven't released anything. I think, what was the last thing I did? I think was it Dominium? I think was the last thing I did, which turned out killer. But I've had a couple bands approach me since that, and I've just kind of said, I don't know what I'm doing with the label at this time. I'm not necessarily 100% shutting it down, but it's just kind of on hold right now. But there's an outlet for what we do have, and if anybody else wants to bring anything into the Shred Den, we'll have it available there. So.
Oh yeah, that's fucking badass, man. I know I was questioned about that. Now, do you have a board people can come up and put their flyers to?
Yep, come on up, put flyers up too. We got a board up for flyers, pegboard. So
probably the only one of the only fucking music stores in town probably that still does that. I know that.
Well, if you go back to the bathrooms in the Guitar Center, you might see a couple.
Fuck that. That's so stupid,
you guys
dude.
Hang your flyers up in the back of the building that no one's ever gonna go to and see.
Right.
I think I've used the bathroom at Guitar Center in however many years it's been by Harmar and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe fucking 5 times that I've ever used that bathroom.
Yeah.
And I remember when they moved over to the spot, what's that other little mall over there? Across from Rosedale. Right by
B2.
Yeah. So when they moved over there, that fucking front foyer was the spot where they had everything, and then they just took it away. Like, what are you guys doing?
Go put it
Now
back
it's
by the
just
bathroom.
Empty. Like it's just a blank brick wall. It's like, what's...
Yeah, they got their own ads on the windows and doors, and then all the local band flyers are all
What the
by the
fuck,
can.
dude?
I was there a few months ago, and it's just, there's like, at least put something up. Jesus Christ, it's just a open area with
nothing.
brick wall.
Yeah. It's ridiculous,
Why can't bands
man.
hang up flyers there?
Yep.
Yeah, first of all, your music store sucks balls, and you know what I mean. Like, I think I'd rather buy something online than buy something there. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
They get some cool exclusive stuff once in a while. I did get a Gibson V exclusive there not too long ago, but other than that, they're going back to the shop. I'm not carrying like the lower line shit. I'm so close to that Guitar Center in Maple Grove, and some random parent's not going to come to this little independent guitar shop. They're going to take their kid to the big box store down the road if they want a guitar for $400 or $500. So why am I going to carry that and let it sit on my shelf and collect dust? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. Hey, Lyra, thanks for joining us. Look at that. We got drivers and fucking warehouse fucking forklift operators, and everybody's in the chat getting ready to talk some shit.
Talk some shit.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, dude. I know we're bouncing around quite a bit, going back to the Shred Den and whatnot, but it's I think you'll do well, and that's it's the mentality, man. You full on live this life, man. You know what I mean? This is rock and roll at its finest, man. Playing 82 bands and fucking record every other week, and so you're working on Glutton stuff too.
Yeah, all the tracks are done for our album for that. Instrument-wise, Eric Kais has 2 of the vocal tracks done. I think he's got 4 more to go. And we'll be dropping that probably end of June as well. Pretty pumped on that. There's a lot more probably collaboration on ideas for this than the previous stuff, so it still sounds like Glutton. But there's a lot more input from like Jesse, you know, hey, let's try this here. And then Ogar's always had a lot of arrangement ideas.
Right.
And I've worked well with him writing and whatnot. So I think this is going to be a little bit different, but still in the same vein. But it's pretty fucking, I'm excited about it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you could just have, you know, one of the most brutal vocalists in the Twin Cities just plays bass in your band. No big deal. It's all good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He's, you know, and he's not getting any smaller, that's for sure.
No.
The Gaines, brother, the Gaines, you know? So, I mean.
Glutton never went for those kind of vocals, though. It was always kind of, you know, even going back to Dan Schreier.
Yep.
You know, no, we'd never, you know, we'd throw those little pieces in, but it was still more of a scream type deal. You know, same thing with Al, and absolutely same thing with Kai's.
Right.
And then Whitesides and I, when we did the Purified album.
Yep.
But still have the little stuff here and there. So Jesse's going to be doing a lot of the little stuff too, like in the background and switching off some stuff with Kai's. So I'm pretty excited to have people.
Those two mixed together too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
dude. It's going to be good.
That's going to be wicked.
Yeah. I got a track that's probably about 90% done, but the guys won't let me fucking play it because I wanted to play it tonight. Like, nope. Jesse doesn't have his parts in, but Kai's is
that's a
doing
good
them for
idea.
placement. I'm like, God damn it.
That's a good idea to keep it. I mean, you know, keep it under wraps. You know what I mean?
You know how it is. You get excited.
Yeah.
You want people to fucking hear it.
It's going to come swinging for the fences. People will be more excited when you drop it on them. You know what I mean? That's
right.
It's kind of how. Now, what's the deal with everybody in your band playing in like 82 bands? Everybody's got like 4 bands in that band, dude.
This whole season's cess, man. Everybody's in 3-4 bands.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Come on now. You know that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's like so. I don't know. We were talking about that at work this week. I was like, I don't know how the fuck you keep your riffs separate. I like, it would just all kind of jive together for me, man. I mean, you know.
No, that's what different tunings are for.
Yeah, I suppose.
Tunings in different styles.
Right.
I mean, that's like, for me, doing multiple bands, it's different, totally, you know, different styles that I like, you know, that I like to listen to and play, and, you know, so it helps separate it.
Sure.
In my experience.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, you switch up instruments completely too. You know, what I mean? You're playing drums and
that
fucking
helps too.
Yeah, big time. But I mean, you're full on. You know, I mean, you've got your thrash deal. You've got
thrash and death metal. That's pretty much where it is. And, you know, the groove rock with Greg and the boys. But Krog's coming back to life, getting a little bit of heartbeat with a new drummer.
That's sick. That's awesome. That's
I
great
guess
news. Great
he's
news.
got 4 songs down. Never met the guy, but
Yeah.
heard he's all right.
I've heard he's all right too.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeps time pretty good. I've heard it on his desk anyway. Thanks, Lyra. Appreciate it. Thanks for checking in. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. And you guys actually got a full jam, or pretty close to a full jam the other day?
Yeah, well, the week before, it was all of us but Wes, and then this last week, it was everybody but me. But we're getting, one day we'll get us all in a room. Yeah. It's coming soon.
Well, that's good. I mean, you know, if the drummer's learning the stuff, and you know, are you guys writing new material? Is he learning any of the older stuff, or how's that?
He's learning the older stuff now. I think we want to get enough for a live set together, tight enough to. Brian's the main songwriter in Krog. You know, he's probably got 6-7 songs ready to go right now.
Right.
But I think with learning the older stuff, kind of getting the flow of Brian's writing style, when we get to going into the new stuff, it'll make a lot more sense.
So did he bite on that carrot you brought to the studio the other night? I heard that story. I was like, no. And he's like, I go, so what did he do? He's like, I'm just gonna kill everybody or something. What the fuck was that all about, dude? So I was assuming that you were dangling that carrot in front of his face because you want him to buy that fucker.
Which one? The what?
Which one did he bring the other night to the crowd?
Oh, yeah, the 7-string Ironbird. yeah. No, I have a Casey Crabtree build, BC Rich Ironbird one-off kind, and Brian's always wanted it, and I had it on the wall when I started the shop.
Yeah.
So a little backstory. So the wall was all filled with my used gear to start. As I get new gear in, I start pulling things down that I want to keep.
Yeah.
So I finally got to the point where I get to keep that one. So then I brought it to practice. He was pissed. He's like, I wanted to buy it. I'm like, yeah, but you'll never buy it. You always say you want to buy it, but you're not going to buy it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to bring it to practice.
She just fucking dangling in his face, dude.
Yep.
Did he even play it? Did he?
Oh, he's played that before. I've had that guitar for a while.
The other day though, did he play
No.
it?
No.
Jim was asking, with all the members in multiple bands, do you guys ever play with each other? Funny thing, I think we should do like Icon Fest and have all of Rob's bands play.
What was that?
You
Rob?
can just stay on stage the whole time. Just bring your rig and just stand up there. We'll feed you Jack between sets and
Now we're talking.
cheeseburgers.
Doing that. Cheeseburgers, yeah.
I think I've
we
seen
could do that.
I think I've seen you eat at least 3 cheeseburgers on stage in between songs, dude.
It might have happened.
Yep.
Rob's gonna need to bring a dock truck just for all the guitars he'd need to bring for.
Right?
Dude, I seen him fucking turn around at a show, take a slug of a fucking beer, take a bite of a fucking hamburger, a couple French fries, grab a fucking napkin. It's fucking.
Wasn't he like passed out right
it's
before that too?
I think
Just
so.
Out cold.
Yep. I think so.
Band's like, he's out cold. What are we gonna do?
This guy's the captain. Dude,
Get him
he's
some
he's
whiskey
a
and a burger. He'll be good to go.
captain of the quick nap too, dude. I've had full on conversations with him where he's like, "Yep, totally, yep." Just throws a cigarette out the window and then he's like, "Fucking out cold, dude."
I'm convinced that you don't actually sleep. You just take
That's
little naps throughout the day.
upside
like
down.
absolutely
Here,
very
hour
accurate.
here.
That is extremely accurate.
Upside down with his wings closed together. You mean? Yep.
God damn it.
Cheeseburgers and roller dogs is what Marion says.
Nate still owes me some roller dogs, motherfucker.
Yeah, Nate, you better pay up them roller dogs,
Going
dog.
for him.
He only eats them off the ground.
Oh, well, that's not acceptable. They got
Jensen says, "Doesn't it all sound the same anyway?"
yes.
We've been playing that long and can't hear anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's pretty true too.
I feel so sorry for the guys I work with. They'll talk, and I can't fucking hear a shitting thing because it's got that heater right above us.
Yeah.
And then you got beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, and they're like, oh, I'm like, huh? Just fucking yelling at me. Oh, okay, yeah. Full on conversation. I can't even hear it.
Listen to any of the guys, anyways.
Dude, you don't. You really don't.
I learned from the best, Rob. I'm
Oh,
just like,
come on now.
Yep. Yep.
I thought I saw him trying to imitate you at his desk the other day, dude. He was like, and all of a sudden he was just like,
Got my 2-minute cat nap in, and I was good to go.
It's got to happen.
you throw a ball of yarn at him and
Sometimes
shit.
you just got a lot of shit, and you're just like, I just need
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
He's
to
a cat.
reset.
He's a cat dad. You could just fucking throw a ball of yarn at him and you wake up.
Marion actually hates that I can like do like 10, 15-minute nap, and then I'm just like, okay, let's go.
Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's no joke.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I can do
need
it,
a
it's
quick-
crazy how you
quick
recharge.
reset.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Before this, I took a little half-hour nap in my car, and
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Tanik says, "P.S. Daddy's home now. The real podcast can start." Oh my goodness!
Oh.
So Rob, which Van Halen is your favorite now? Which is the real good Van Halen? I can't remember.
There's
which
only one Van Halen.
there is.
Yeah.
so
From which time frame to which time frame? Like, is it?
Well, from Van Halen 1 in 1984, and then when they reformed and put out a different kind of truth. That's the only Van Halen there ever was.
So we had a conversation the other day, and Marion's like, I couldn't even tell you a single Hagar Halen song.
Who's Hagar Halen?
And I'm like, you know what? I can't either.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, because it's so forgettable.
Well,
There you go.
but apparently
But you know
the
David
numbers.
Lee Roth songs.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hey Nate, give me a break. One break coming up. He's like, that's the worst fucking thing ever recorded, ever. That's what he said. Besides whatever Black Sabbath song he doesn't like.
Oh, I'm so glad one of his students is making him teach him Black Sabbath.
Yeah, dude, he was saying that.
I was
Yeah.
clapping.
He said that he told the kid, he's like, I'm totally like against this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for you. I'm taking the bullet. You know what I mean? Like,
Told him I was gonna set up my little workstation in his room and just blast Sabbath and DLR the whole time I'm working on guitars.
Oh God, that's gonna be great. I
So-
thought Tuesdays when you're working.
Yeah, that's the night that Nate's off, right?
Yeah, he's off Mondays and Tuesdays.
That's when I'm going to work.
So speaking of his office, so it was my night at the counter. He's in the back with a student, and then I got my Bluetooth that I run through the speaker up front. Nobody's in, that I'm practicing a set to whatever I'm playing or whatever, And I'm like, God, why isn't my fucking phone hooking up to this fucking Bluetooth here? I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with it? Disconnects. And I'm like, it's not hooking up. And Nate comes out. He's like, are you playing through my fucking Bluetooth while I'm giving somebody a fucking lesson? I'm like, oh shit, man, is that where it's going to? This is going on for like 10 minutes. I'm trying to figure this out. It's like, yeah, I just looked at the speaker. The student looked at the speaker. The student's like, what's that? He's like, I think it's a new glutton. Just randomly pops out. He comes out. I was actually embarrassed because I'm like, oh, fuck, sorry, man. He's trying to sit back there and give a kid a lesson. Also, my shit just starts coming through their Bluetooth.
Oh, Matt says, I'm
you know
that
that you can
student.
do
That's
that.
awesome.
Now that you know that you can do that,
Right?
You should just do that.
slide in
Just
some fucking Tony Iommi.
I hit forget device on my fucking phone immediately. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
Hilarious. Jensen said he just got hearing aids a month ago. Dude, are they itty bitty little things, man? That's just crazy. Jess says Rob can fall asleep in 10 seconds. Takes her 3 hours to even find a way to sleep. That's fucking awesome.
That's
That
true.
is so awesome.
Head hits a pillow, done.
That's the way to do it, man.
I hit my little recliner at home, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
done.
Fucking cats all on your head. You got
Aaron's like making sure I'm still alive because I won't move. I'll just be in one spot. Just
oh, that's fucking hilarious, man. So you're bombarding him with tunes while he was trying to do a
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah. So I was trying to practice to the glutton recording, just to make sure I'm tight, because we got some shows coming up and stuff. And
yeah.
couldn't figure out why I wasn't hooking up. 5 minutes later, and it's like, dude, is that you playing the shit through my Bluetooth back there? I'm like, oh fuck, man.
how'd you even hook into his Bluetooth?
So Dross and I actually bought him one of those big Marshall Stanmores for
Oh, okay,
his birthday, and we gave it to him at my house, and I hooked my shit up to it to
gotcha.
get it going. And never, I mean, this is a year ago, so I'd never hooked up to it since. But my phone still remembered it, and for some reason, it connected to his
Dude,
shit.
hold on.
Over
Let's-
this JBL party box.
Let's back up here. Let's back up. So you bought him a Marshall Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with him because he doesn't like Marshall, right?
100%.
That's so,
He regularly plays stuff through a Marshall
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and in Die Hardcore. I hear.
Yeah. Well, he
he said he was forced to do that.
is forced to do that.
Forced.
I love it.
Well, I tell you what, man, the tone never signed no better for Die Hardcore when that Peavy fried out on stage at Club Underground at Toys for Tots show, and then all you could hear is the Marshalls. Man,
Rob
everybody was singing
doesn't
praises.
want the
Dude,
practice
you
space
could,
to burn
dude,
down.
you could see him. You could see him sitting there, dude. Didn't you guys do? You guys did that that Motley Crue cover right around
Yeah,
that time,
Live
too,
Wire.
right?
Yeah, I think he broke it right after that song.
And
Broke
dude,
the
he's
string.
standing there, and he's just like, I'm like, where's your backup? Just him getting frustrated. Fucking fuck you. You know what I mean? He just stood there like
Yep.
one sleeve on, one sleeve off. That was it, dude. He got fucking.
Well, he couldn't like
Oh God.
figure out like where on the fretboard to
Yeah. Well,
play. You know, like I
not very
I don't
professional,
have this
apparently.
this string. I got to go up here and
We're getting
not
yelled
very
at.
rock and roll.
We're getting yelled at by Jess. She said, "Stop being mean to Nate."
I'm mean to Nate because of all the puns all day long.
Did you tell me to punch him today or something? Like,
Yeah, he said some pun, and I'm like, Greg, punch him.
because I was standing in front of the scale, and
I
he goes,
don't-
"Get out of my way." That's what he said. So I was like,
I meant to say I don't condone any workplace violence. HR would be very upset.
he's laughing at us right now. So fucker, man. I think he missed the whole Christine comment earlier. Like, wasn't she going to come and rough him up or something? I made some kind of comment. She was going to rough him up, hiding him in the. Oh yeah, she's going to find the list. The list
his
wish list.
his wish list from the Shred Den.
Yeah.
Tab.
It might get leaked to her.
Well, the when we had him on the podcast and we went back to your place when we went to Club Carlson, dude, and you guys were wheeling and dealing and how
yeah.
we could get that pedal, he was freaking out. He's like, "What? But we're gonna do that one thing, right?"
Yep.
And you were like, "Yeah, we could do that." And then fucking, you could just see him go. yes, like that. You know what I mean? He's super stoked, and he didn't have to tell Mama about it. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Hopefully she's not watching, so I get punched the next time I see him, dude. Can't spell punch without pun, Jordan.
Oh,
Jesus, Jim. We're getting it on all over
all of you, except for Marion.
I hear this from him all the time, by the way. Why don't we talk about some of these Black Flood Diesel shows coming up, since that's the tune we're going to be playing here real soon. We'll go from May 11th.
Yep.
So we've got Saturday, May 11th, 2024. Where's this? This is at Magoo's in Illinois, correct?
correct. Just southwest of Chicago. So,
Abated.
yeah. They're headlining it.
Ghidorah, Glutton for Punishment, The Suffering. I can't even read that one.
Death metal logo name.
Yep, death metal logo name. Scarson. Derangement.
Yeah.
Let me see here. 20 in advance, 25 at the door. Demigog. Oh, okay, got it. I can see it now.
Jordan broke out the death metal decoder ring.
He's got that on a fucking.
Dude, keeping so many logos and shit for all the design stuff, I have to label them so I know.
Right.
I'll go and look it up later. What was that? I know I've seen that.
All right, so we've got that one May 11th with Glutton for Punishment at Magoo's in Illinois. On the 24th, you already talked about that one. That's at Palmer's, 500 Cedar Avenue, Minneapolis. Vacant, Misery, War Plague, and Die Hard Core. May 24th, 6 p.m. doors, 21 plus $15 at the door. Then we've got we moved to June 8th, which is. I just want to kind of chuckle at this flyer because it's I've done this before and it's super funny because I'm looking at it and I'm shitting on it, and then I look behind me and Jordan did the same thing, but he took the Bars logo and made it into a, see how it goes together right here?
Yeah.
You made it look streamlined, where these ones are blocked logos all over the place. You know what I mean? They don't have the logo.
I see that. It's too busy.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I'm just going, Jesus Christ, they got fucking
designer doing their
it's
stuff.
everywhere. But the monsterhallevents.com, Monster Hall Fest, Saturday, June 8th, 2024, 18 plus show, 21 plus to drink. Where is this actually at, dude? Monster Hall Events Grounds, 218 I Need Glasses, 967 County Road F, Unity, Wisconsin. Apparently, they don't have any flyer makers in Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, it is central Wisconsin.
Some of the logos are bigger than the band logos. Yeah. That's the thing. You got to put the sponsor logos on there, but smaller. The band's
got to be bigger, right? But there's quite a bit. Tantric and Josie Scott. What is this one? I can't even read
Eve
that.
to Adam.
Eve to Adam. Black Flood Diesel, Line of Loyalty. In what does that say?
Incessant? I don't know.
They look familiar. I think I've seen this band before. Modern Mimes and Divide the Fall. Let me see here. Abaddon's End and Saint Tragedy. Monster Hall Events Ground. Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, you guys see this. So that's the Black Flood Diesel show, June 8th in Unity, Wisconsin. Where the fuck is Unity, Wisconsin? You said Central Wisconsin?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like
somewhere
2.5
in
hours or something.
What's that?
Somewhere in Wisconsin.
Somewhere doesn't matter. It's Wisconsin, dude. Come on.
Well, if it's close to the place that smells like bacon, I know where that is. That's awesome. Another
that was tripping me out so bad.
Just walking around and smelling bacon everywhere.
Well, we were on acid, and it just smelled like bacon everywhere.
You sure it smelled like bacon, or was it the acid?
The acid smells like bacon.
That bacon plant next door, or whatever. That Spring Bash with Possessed.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't there for that one.
Weren't you? I thought you were there.
No, not that one.
Yeah, it was a good time, but the whole street smelled like
Pete,
bacon.
Fancy Pants Pete's in the chat too. What's up, Pete?
Yeah.
How's it going on, buddy? Let me see here. Blackfoot Diesel, Callous Soul, debut album release, Derecho, Madam Driver. Is that what that is? Harsh Reality. Whoa, they just put that shit back together?
Yep.
Harsh Reality.
Yep.
That's badass.
Their first show back, I believe.
Jendine.
Nice. She's a brutal drummer. God, I love her drumming. She's so good at she's so fucking.
Everything she does is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Saturday, June 22nd. Doors are at 8 p.m. Show starts at 8:30. Skyway Theater, Studio B. 10 in advance, 12 at the door. And I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. Don't do any tickets in advance from that fucking place. And I used to book there. I'm just telling you this because Jesse hit me up to this. Every time that I did $10 in advance, it sounds great. But when you go through their website, you get all these charges tacked on. And it turned out to be like $25 a ticket. It was ridiculous. Yeah. I don't, and I'm not shitting on the club. I like booking there and all that other stuff, but that's fucking ridiculous. Just pay the 12 at the door. Support the bands. Don't waste your money on the fucking the taxation that they're doing there. It's bullshit, by the way. So make sure you show up and check that show out on the 22nd. I hate talking shit, but that's just the way it is. And Slammy D, you guys are doing that shit again.
Slammy
Woo!
D. Yep.
Now, this is where Eric filled in and ended up taking the spot.
Correct.
Well, Phil, he filled in and did a fucking magnificent job, man.
He did.
He picked those things up really well. When you guys played that show, man, you could see the people in the crowd just like, holy shit. You could see them instantly starting to charge from it. You know what I mean? It was badass. You guys got to play inside too.
Yeah.
On that particular, it's hot as fuck out. Rain and all kinds of crazy shit.
Right.
But Slam Dakota Fest, July 12th and 13th. That is, it says the most vicious fest in the Midwest. I'm going to be honest with you. It is one of the best partying fests to ever be a part of.
Absolutely.
Because every band is right there having a good time partying and everybody's cool. I don't think there's been a fight ever at one of those. No. I almost got into one. With the Skeletal Remains night when you guys left.
I remember that.
Got thrown to the fucking ground.
Heard about that story the next day. I left like 30 minutes for that happened, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse and God, who else it was that they said they were standing at the door waiting. Fucking A. I can't remember his name now all of a sudden. Anyway, they were standing at the door waiting they saw me charge out, and then they said they were both waiting for me to come back and they were going to help me fucking wreck shop on some dudes. And I'm glad I didn't. It was been horrible, but just check out some Slam Dakota. I'm going to try to get Les back on here and do another podcast and talk about the fest because each year it's so much fun and always really cool bands and really cool people. I've found some cool bands from there. Even Deterioration that was already around like 18 years before I heard them.
Yeah.
I remember
How the fuck does that happen?
They played, I can't remember what show it was at Station 4, but it was just
Jim?
Just, singing guitar with a
drum machine?
Yeah, and it was a bunch of bands that were doing Ozfest, and it was an off date, so a bunch of them played Station 4, and a bunch of the other bands had members that were just hanging out there.
Right.
And they started playing, or he started doing shit, and just like everyone was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. He's like
Just
that too,
brutal.
man. I fucking love that band so much. They're so good. I got the Murder Fest in Menominee, Death Metal's Music Festival. This is August 9th and 10th. Friday doors are at 6 p.m. Saturday the doors are at 4 p.m. Pre-sale tickets online at zimmergbrew.com /ZFV. Door sales TBA 21 plus only. I can't read all of those ones either, but
Yeah, Flesh Order up there.
Flesh Order's the one I know the most.
Fuck yeah.
Pantheon.
Those dudes are mean, dude.
Yep.
They're fucking mean.
Yep.
Didn't that guitar player play with a bunch of different bands recently?
Mike DeLone?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played with Phil and Samo and the Legals when they were doing the Slayer tour, doing the Pantera set. He played with MOD. He's playing with Soulfly right now.
Soulfly, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
the
he's
one.
fucking rad as fuck guy too.
That dude is crazy good.
Yeah.
He's such a character on stage, dude. His faces are the best.
Yeah, yeah.
What you looking up there, Jordan? Do you have something?
I realized I didn't know this. I could zoom in on the YouTube videos,
Nice.
which is kind of weird. I was trying to read the logos.
Did you get your decoder ring out? What is the one that's blank? That's fucking blurred out there in this poster? I don't know what that is.
I don't know if that's something they're announcing later, maybe, probably. Guessing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed yet.
probably.
Not sure. But that fest is getting better every year. They've been doing it for a few years now. Cool place, little fucking brewery. small stage, but decent sized room, independent brewery. They got a big patio. It's pretty cool, man. I've been out there a few times.
I wanted to go out there last weekend, but I wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, cool place. Owners are really cool. Cool people to deal with, man. They're trying to do it right.
Should we listen to a tune real quick? I'm sure you want to smoke one.
Yeah, I gotta go have a quick cigarette.
All right. Well, I'll do this quick, and you can go smoke if you want. So this is a Black Flood Diesel tune that you recorded. It's just the EP, right? Just something.
Yeah,
2022 or something.
2022. It's when I joined and Garrison came in, and then we recorded. re-recorded 4 older tracks, just kind of introduced what was the new lineup at the time, and I thought it turned out pretty good. And so it's me, Don, Gerson, Chewy, and Moog. So
badass.
Yeah.
This is the Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth, which we all have, right?
Yeah. Fuck, I wish I did right now. I wish I could use it on my hips and knees and knuckles and fucking back and all that other shit. But Black Flood Diesel's music you can pick up on iTunes. This particular one is not on there yet, so hopefully they'll get that up here sometime. But you should just dub it from here so you know that you got it.
There you go.
Fountain of Youth. Take a listen. We'll be back, folks. Oh shit! There we go. We got a little Blackfoot Diesel up in the piece, but no Blackfoot Diesel in the room. Now we can talk shit. No, just kidding. How's it going, Jordan? What's good? So are you excited to switch out some electronics at some shred den now, or what?
Yeah.
Are you excited to spend more time with Natanic?
No.
That's hilarious, dude.
I got headphones and earplugs, and I can just tune him out.
Yeah.
Can't at work because I need to hear
what he smashes up.
Yeah.
Crashes into.
I need to hear when he busts through a wall with a forklift.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. So, I mean, so how did you end up scoring the gig anyways, man? Like, I know you've always worked on your own stuff and like replaced a bunch of your stuff and.
Yeah, I taught myself how to do it, and then doing it on the road for like head charge and stuff. And then Rob had me swap out some in his guitars. One of the guitars, I think he had me swap it out 3 times because he couldn't decide on which
ones he liked.
Yeah. And then I guess they had been asked a few times about, working on, pots or pickups or jacks or whatever. And
right.
I guess Rob didn't want to, not comfortable doing it himself. And he just asked me if I'd be interested in coming on and doing that. So
badass. So people can come up to the Shred Den and they can actually ask, get their questions answered on that type of stuff and get their stuff diagnosed.
Yep.
Now, what is a good time for? Have you made a schedule yet? Do you know if?
I haven't made a schedule yet. It's going to depend on what there is for work. If there's a lot that needs to get done, I'll probably be there multiple nights. Or if so bring your shit in and keep me working.
But I mean, people can come in and drop their stuff off and have it, get a ticket and fucking have it diagnosed.
I'll probably pick a night that I'll regularly be there. Yeah. And then once we get all that down, and then, hey, drop it off. It'll be done this night or whatever.
Sure.
And if,
if
someone needs something faster than that, I'm sure we can work something out.
Sure. Now, how long does a job usually? I mean, I suppose it all depends on what the hell they want.
It all depends. A typical pickup swap, if all things go well and like the wiring's not odd or anything, it under an hour typically. But that all depends on everything,
Right.
So as far as like service,
oh, sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
I shut you off there.
So as far as like service times, though, I try to tell everybody like 7 days.
Sure.
Right, a week. That's what we're telling people for setups and stuff like that.
Right.
Depending on what else we got going on, who's working what shift or whatever. So that's kind of what we like to try to, hey.
Just give them some time if you can. Yeah. And be patient, obviously, because you guys are just opening. Everything's getting set. You guys are getting into the rhythm now. You're starting to like be able to take things and be able to, work on them and whatnot.
And setups have been great. We've had a lot of people come in for setups, and Jordan's worked on some of my guitars before and done great work, and I've appreciated it. And a lot of things that people have been asking us, hey, do you guys do pickup swaps? Do you guys do wiring or anything like that? And I know Jordan's a pretty busy guy, so I didn't want to approach him right away, but we were just talking about it the other day, and I'm like, hey, man, you interested in doing this at all? And immediately he's like, yeah. So I was like, fuck yeah. So it's just another thing that we can offer.
Right.
I actually like doing it. It's sort of like a therapy kind of a thing. Like it's gives me something to just focus on, and inner workings of things is something I've always
Well, you've
liked.
always been like that, even with the artwork and what I mean, working on people's layouts and things like that. Dude, how many fucking layouts do you think you've done?
Oh Jesus,
throughout the years? Do you have any kind of number?
Probably over 50, I would say. Like,
and that's just Rob's bands, right?
Yeah, he's done quite a few. He's done, I think
I've done all the Glutton stuff.
All the Glutton stuff.
Krog.
Tempestuous.
I got another Glutton one for him. I got Die Hardcore coming up for him.
Black Flood EP.
The Black Flood one. That's that. Yep.
Yeah,
I like the story
on
the Tempestuous cover when you were telling me and breaking it down and how you had to piece things together and working on that particular cover.
Like poster kind of layout.
That was rad.
And it was a unusual template that copycats usually didn't do. So it was neat trying to
keep it
adjust everything, and like make sure it's still legible and make sure you can see everything. But like I think the final result on that turned out really sweet.
Yeah, that was really cool. So anybody unfamiliar with the Tempestuous album or whatever, or the CD, it folds out in this really cool like poster where it's a nice band photo in the center, and then it's bordered with live shots of us. So that's probably my favorite thing that I've done as far as artwork or whatever, and Jordan put that all together. You know what's really cool, man? I was thinking about this last night too before I was coming on here. All the fucking cool people that do shit here.
Right.
You and this fucking podcast you've been doing for fucking ever. Jordan and his fucking artwork. You got Will 1449 in the practice spaces. I mean, it's just so cool to have this fucking local network of, DIY kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking rad, dude.
I really love the fact, well, when I started doing this podcast, like I wanted to avoid the route, like I didn't want to compete with them because Earl was such a, I would say mentor because, when we were kids, that's all we fucking would listen to on Saturday nights.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you were at a party, that shit was on the radio and everybody was calling in, doing the gore check or doing whatever,
Yep.
So I had nothing but respect for that. And I didn't want to get involved, step on anybody's toes. I didn't expect it to do anything major like those guys were doing, but it was like, I wanted to stay enough away from it, and then, you got Jared doing his thing, and then you've got the Roar of the Underground, which you guys did last night, and it's cool to see that now we kind of have like a little network of places where we can go and put it out to different areas where you're more like less censored on this one,
sure.
But you have, you got Bill Hansen who's like,
dude, he's rad as fuck,
and he's so knowledgeable about all of the stuff that he does, dude. He takes it to a whole nother level, and I remember having him on a podcast, and I felt like a fucking moron because he had everything listed, and you know what I mean. Like, I'm just fly by the seat of your pants and have a good time with it, but he's so meticulous about.
Yeah, we had the, you've been, I'm sure you've been on. You get the, the schedule, tracks, what's going to be, it's all laid out nice. I mean, it's Bill's cool. I'm glad he's doing that show, man. It's pretty fucking rad.
Yeah.
You know? And then, to expand on other people doing other shit, you got Ben doing Artifacts printing for all the T-shirts around town. Then you got Chris Kulig over at Any Broadcasting doing that too. So it's a pretty cool network, and to see everybody fucking contributing, so to speak, maybe something.
Well, I mean,
and then everybody's working together, and
really
helping each other out.
So. I don't think they're, it's kind of crazy because people talk about how, the height, the highs and lows of the music scene here.
Sure.
And people will say, oh, it was so this way back then. It was so this way, and it was so segregated and separated in this time. I've never really felt that. And maybe I've been lucky to be a part of, the collective of it all, or whatever. But I think that it's badass to cheer your friends on. It's badass to fucking, fucking push people along, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like, give them some love, give them some time to shine and talk to them about it. And, dude, I've always thought Jordan does a fantastic job with the artwork, and you got Justin Boney who's just he's been doing
the Shred Down logo
and all of the the Surly shit and all the beer things that he's done. Some crazy stuff.
Didn't he get something with PBR too a few years ago? I think
so.
Yeah, he did something for them.
I thought he did. He entered.
Or he entered something.
I thought he entered some shit.
I know he submitted something. I know.
I seen his artwork in Wisconsin when Gooch and I and Stark went to that his shit was in there. They've got the brewery that we went to wasn't like the Big Pabst brewery. It was like their offset thing where they do all of the, before they release that chocolate, the chocolate beer that they have. You know what I'm saying? That they had all that shit there, and his artwork was like big poster size on the fucking wall.
Nice.
Oh, what the fuck is that shit? Because they were all doing a competition in there.
Right. Yeah.
Jaybird get some stuff.
I think so. Yep. I think so.
Artwork with them too.
Yep.
It is neat seeing how, folks that are actively involved in the scene contributing in more ways than just musically. It's artwork and like that, like the recording process and promotion and everything. Like it's, you don't have to hire someone on the other side of the world to do your art, which it's fine, but it's nice to be able to like personally know who's doing it,
right?
And being able to have that connection and that feedback right away. You're not hiring a firm somewhere to, we need this layout done, and you just get this generic.
Exactly. Yep.
We got somebody asking if Queenie's going to be visiting the Shred Den.
Nope.
Queenie is the Shred Den's new mascot.
Nope.
Dude, we were talking about
that. Hold the little wires for me when I solder them.
I want the fucking the spaceship T-shirt. I want that's got to happen, dude. What is Starvin Marvin says? Get off me, Grandpa! You're crushing my smokes. Ask Rob if it's legal for Jordan to hang up slanderous lies about me in his office. It's been up for like 2 weeks. I want answers.
I don't comment on anything MTL related after 4 p.m.
Somebody said something about lawyers and suing, something like that.
Yeah, I'm Nate's lawyer.
As
So
your
you're suing
lawyer.
yourself?
What about Sunless,
he's already
Sean?
lost.
I don't
Lost.
I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing. Did I miss something on? Jensen said something about Sunless. He said grand demise of civilization. What did I miss there?
I'm not sure.
He just started posting. He put grand demise, and then he put damn it. Then he put Sunless. You're just saying black metal bands or what? Good black metal bands, Greg. It's a few that ruin it for everyone. That's funny. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So the Black Flood stuff, dude. Are you guys going to be working on some new stuff then, or are you?
Yeah. So Dennis is already writing some pretty killer shit. Heard a few riffs of it. I think this weekend actually, Dennis and Moo are going to go do kind of like some pre-pro stuff and arrange some riffs. And Dennis has always been a great songwriter. And I think, what he's writing for this is still in the Black Flood vein for sure, but it might have a little more uptick to it.
And for those people that don't know, too, Dennis was around when in Black Flood Diesel's like heyday too. He was playing guitar for Sound and Fury
Yep.
at that particular time, and Dennis wrote some amazing stuff for that Sound and Fury. I know he did one album for sure.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I just absolutely love the way they put that shit together. Him and Eric really, really wrote well on that album.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear what he comes up with because it's really gonna, I think, bring something. That I think it will add to what Greg does. You know what I mean? Like,
I absolutely think so too, for sure. I mean, Dennis is he's a writing machine too.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the Semtech stuff, they popped out 2 albums like it was nothing,
yeah.
and
good fucking coming down. Shit
yeah.
was
So he's already in learned the old set that we're going to be doing live, and he's already got a bunch of stuff in works for new material. We're hoping to have like one new tune maybe finished by the July 9th show, and then maybe 2 possibly, no, probably 2 ready to go by the June 22nd show. But yeah, he's a writing machine, dude. And he knows what he's doing on guitar.
how big of a set are you guys going to be doing for? We'll check out these flyers again real quick. But
I think the Wisconsin one we're doing an hour, and the
you're doing
Skyway
an hour, the June 8th one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the Skyway. Are you guys headlining that thing?
Yep.
Oh, so you guys going to have to. That's the 22nd.
Yep.
So you guys are going to have
Yeah.
a good long set.
Yep.
45
Yeah.
minutes tops, or
Yeah, probably right around there. I'm not sure. I mean, all of us know about an hour's worth of material right now at this point anyway. And if we add some new stuff, we'll be flexible. So it'll be cool.
Right. That's badass, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Dude, you're just fucking moving and shaking, dude. It's amazing. I love it. Just
Gotta keep
constantly busy. Yeah. So I guess we should get into what you have gear wise. I know that you like to switch up your stuff for each band. You like to have a specific tone or use specific gear for a specific band. So let's start from the top. Like, what would you do in a Rip Snorter set? What are you playing?
Rip Snorter is just all old school Marshall, right? Because that's kind of horror punk stuff, right?
Okay.
So I'm just using just JCM 900 with that, Gibson V's, or a Gibson Les Paul.
Gibson V, dude.
Yep.
The nice
Gibson
rounded
V's.
ones.
Yep.
Nice, dude.
Geez, love those. That's what I use in Die Hardcore too. Marshall JVM 410H. I was using an 800 for that, but the JVM, you don't have to run anything in front of it. And then my main guitar is actually the Gibson Les Paul, fucking dude from Tool. Why am I forgetting his name?
Adam Jones.
Thank you. And then the Gibson mirrored limited edition V for that band.
Adam Jones guitar is pretty sick.
Dude, it rules. I had to take his name off of it, and I put a custom Die Hardcore thing on it. But no, it's a pretty cool guitar.
That. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it might take down the price of it a little bit, but
Yeah, I don't sell Les Pauls. I have like 30 Les Pauls, but those aren't going anywhere. That's like my dirty little secret,
Yeah.
is Les Pauls. I love
Secretly
fucking love them.
loves non-pointy guitars.
I
It's
do.
all just a front.
Absolutely love Les Pauls. Yep. Glutton's
Nate.
Angle Invader. I love my angles, and same thing with Krog. I was using a Kemper for a long time, probably 5-6 years, and I always used the Angle Powerball 2 profile on there.
Yeah.
and I came across the actual head at a really good price, so I just bought it to have it because that was the profile I used, and I started using that, and the Kemper's been collecting dust ever since.
No shit.
So yeah. So then I started getting into like the special editions and stuff like that, and just started building kind of a stupid Engel collection because I have like most all the models now. But so I use Engels for Krog and Glutton.
So you have a different rig for each band.
I do.
A backup rig for all those rigs.
I do. Yeah. I'm still figuring out what I want to use for Black Flood Diesel this time around. So I use the Kemper for them, but I might, right now I'm using an Engel, but I might go over to the Mesa Mark V. Still figuring that out.
Mesa for them.
Yeah.
So are the Stealth.
The Engel sounds pretty good. Dennis is running I think he's running a Helix.
I think that's what he was using.
Either that or a Quad Cortex. He's running a digital rig. Sounds fucking killer. So I might run the Mesa with that. Might try to blend that in there. But yeah, I like having different sounds for different bands, so it's kind of fits the music and the style. There's a lot of guitar players that have the same sound no matter what they're doing, and that's cool because that's them. That's their sound. I don't have a sound. It's whatever the fuck I'm playing that day. But once I get into something, I want it to sound, be consistent,
right,
and not switch shit up.
Well, and that's probably got to be pretty good for you to keep those things separated, like you're talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like just between each one, I would feel like it'd be like putting on a fucking nice pair of Air Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like you're only gonna wear this color to this color with this band.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're just gonna I got the red fucking swoosh on this one. You know what I mean? To me, that's what it would seem like.
It's
like
exactly what it's like. Yeah.
Do you have different Nikes for
fuck yeah, he
different
does.
bands?
You
only wear these ones when you're playing
I'm
with
gonna
Krog.
completely embarrass myself right now.
These ones with Black
I have a
Flood.
pair of custom Nike Black Flood Diesel shoes. That say Black Flood Diesel on them.
Really?
Red and black, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That is fucking awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. I'm dumb.
No, I mean, I just, I was wondering when Don was going to be sponsored by Nike at that point.
Well,
Hell yeah. You know what? This is probably the most crazy that this chat has been going, and they're like going back and forth with each other. So I have an option on this. I reworked this whole thing to where I can pop out the chat from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And it will read it like a speak and spell.
Okay.
And I said to Nate, he goes, so you guys are going to spread lies? And I go, should I turn on the speak and spell, Nate? And he's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
But as much as this fucking chat has been going, there's no way we would just be going, what did he just say? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody.
Yeah, they're doing some bickering amongst each other, it looks like, too. I'm trying to keep up, and every time I look back down at the chat, it's like I have to scroll back and be like,
So it's everybody saying DLR against Nate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something
Everyone-
about Sabbath.
In the chat, chime in. DLR or that shitty other singer that they had?
The DLR
Guy
light
with the guy with the okay tequila.
with the curly hair, with the crazy curls. Paul Wallace Esch is in the house. Thank you for joining us, buddy, and thank you for doing the podcast the other week. It was great to hang with you. Looking forward to doing it again. Appreciate it, man. Thank you to everybody who's going after each other in this chat. It's fucking amazing. I love it. I appreciate it. Oh, look at Kellerman says DLR.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Knows what's up.
Kellerman knows what's up.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, so you've got just all kinds of goddamn gear, and you can switch and interchange all you want. But it's cool that you I love that when you go back to Black Flood, you're like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do this time.
Right.
I'm going to mix it up a little bit.
Well,
which is
because
cool.
I was dialed in with Don and Don's tone, right? So now I want to get dialed into Dennis's. So
Right.
I
Complement each other.
Yeah, I take it seriously in that aspect, but it's also fun for me to kind of play around with things that makes me feel good about doing it, and to make the band sound better, that I can blend with the rest of the band and make it as, because I'm a rhythm
Sonically,
guitar player,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
the rhythm tone is huge, because if somebody drops out for a solo, that rhythm's got to be back there at the bass and all that stuff. So I take it seriously, but I also have fun doing it because I get to play with gear, play with settings until I find something. But I'm not one of those people either that are always tweaking my shit. Once I find what I like, then I just stick with that for that project, and that's
Right.
pretty helpful.
I think you need to try for Black Flood Laney Ironheart
I might know a guy that's got one.
for sale at the
Shred Den? Is there one there? Oh, I'll have to check out what the price on that
That's
one is.
awesome. I heard it's a pretty cool spot.
It's all
I heard
right.
their guitar teacher, though, he's got to put sleeves back on because that's guitar teachers need to do that. They don't want to be scaring off their students, you know what I mean, with those fucking guns, those ones that he cuts and pastes on, puts on Jesse and shit, just to make Jesse look smaller.
That was so good.
Dude, it was so great. We were talking about it at work, and I was just like, dude, his arms look huge. It's like he just, like he swole fed them motherfuckers, dude. It was hilarious. Yeah, it was good, man.
Yeah.
I looked at it, and I go, what's wrong with this picture? I was like, he had fucking sleeves on. Like, wait, he don't have all them tattoos. And I look over at Nate, and I go, no, that's amazing. That is like the best thing ever. Now, if you guys haven't seen the back and forth that goes between Tannic and Rob and their buddy Russ and God, who else is involved in that? Jesus Christ,
Jesse,
Jim Osborne, Jesse. Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing yuck fest, dude.
It's fun with Photoshop.
Oh yeah. The one that you posted with all the Kempers in the background. I
With
remember
Ross,
making
teaching
that.
Ross Tone. Yeah.
I remember making
They did
that one.
Yeah.
I was fucking dying because he just kept giving you a hard time about that Kemper, and he would not leave it alone, and you kept digging him, and I was like, oh yeah,
that was
we're
perfect.
gonna do this.
The
shit.
baby on the fucking
dude. And the caption, I read the caption again today. Like, Jess caught him in the middle of it, and you're like, and he's going like he's been busted playing a Kemper and shit. You know?
Oh God,
it's good stuff.
You know what? I'm glad ended.
What's
the
that?
fucking T-shirt war. That was getting expensive for everybody. Everybody was fucking every week. Fucking somebody had a new fucking meme T-shirt of the other person, dude.
Oh, that's fantastic, dude. I love it. I'm sure Amy made some good money doing that.
I'm sure she did. 'Cause every week, I'm sure she was down there at the press, man. Fuck.
Hell yeah,
the best one is a combination of fucking Jordan and Nate, because Jordan made the fucking meme, which I love. It's fucking hilarious. And then Nate actually had the shirt done. It's the Cannibal Carlson one.
Oh, I got that shirt. Yeah, dude.
It was funny when he made it. It was fucking even funnier when fucking Nate had a shirt done, and he just did a random video, didn't say anything about the shirt, and he's wearing the shirt, and I'm like, no, no fucking way, he didn't do that, did he? That motherfucker,
Dude, the day that it happened. Now, I've told this a million times, but man, that cat from fucking Blood War, man, when he said your name wrong and he caught himself, right?
Yeah.
And he just looked at me like, don't tell him. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, what did you just say? And he goes, oh, I totally didn't mean to say it. And then he said it again. I go, no, I fucking pulled my phone out of my pocket and I was like, Jordan, you got it. He's like, I know what I
made
need
it
to
that
do.
night.
Oh my God. It was hilarious. Now, if you guys haven't seen that, it's the best thing. It's what's his name?
Carlton from
it's Carlton,
yeah.
but he's got the Michael
Jackson's
Jackson jacket on, and he's doing the whole
Budweiser.
Oh my God,
Tom Jones.
so good, man. Oh man, that's a good one.
You guys are
You guys
mean.
need to. I need
You
to
guys are mean.
redo that and throw a Glutton logo on it
No.
so you can sell it at shows.
I think people would buy it.
That's the problem. They would. All my actual fucking Glut merch would be sitting there collecting dust.
I got to hear the full story of when Nate dressed up like you, and he said he was
on Halloween.
He said that he was like he said Justin came in and he looked at him and he's like, dude, are you dressed up like my dad? Like what the fuck? It's hilarious. I saw that picture today of you two standing next to each other, and I'm just shaking my head like,
Well, that all started because he took a tough guy picture of himself with we had the same guitar at the time, and he's wearing his Glutton hoodie and hat and whatever. I'm like, I got all that shit. I'm gonna do the same thing. And then, making fun of each other, going back and forth about the picture and all that, and who's the real Rob. And then motherfucker shows up to a Halloween party dressed as me. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, dude. Wig and everything. Because everybody knows Nate's bald. Backwards hat, Glutton hoodie on. I'm like, dude, all right. That's pretty good.
that's pretty good, man. You gotta love that. I've never even seen $20, Jess. What's going on here? YouTube is better than Facebook any day. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it sure seems like it. I have sleeves on my shirt. Nate's only about $20. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny shit. God, I love it. I wish all the chats were like this, just constant.
You guys need to tune in every time we have a podcast.
Just come make fun of us, man. You guys are having a blast. It's
even if the chat is just
watch.
making fun of Nate and telling him how Haggard sucks.
What did Jim just ask down there?
Where did the name Icon come from? Bobby Icon.
Jim's asking. He knows. He wants his 15 minutes of fame right here. It's all fucking him. And then, so I did Jim's podcast and the Thrash Report. cool. Chris and Jim. So anyway, podcast is fun. It's cool. And then he posts it, and he puts Minneapolis scene icon or some shit like that. And as soon as I seen that, I'm like, oh, why? Why would you say that, man? I'm just a normal dude, whatever. Fucking Chilton picks up on that immediately. Next thing I know, I'm Bobby fucking Icon.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Man.
Now you know where I got that from though is because Gooch called you Cannonball Bob that one time.
Yeah,
and that's why I was like, I always thought because. I've never heard anybody call you Bob ever.
Right.
So it was that much funnier, you know what I mean? And then I was like, oh, shit. And then I put the Bobby Icon thing. You've even said it. You're like, dude, fucking, really? The fucking shit? You're like, the fucking shit sticks? Come on, man. Like, I thought this was dead already. Like, he's fucking hilarious, man. I love it.
Thanks, Jim.
I love it. It's so funny. I think it's kind of a part of the whole scene too, man. If we can all fucking have a good time with each other.
So here's something that they bring that up I feel bad about. So last night on the Roar, I picked Incinerate Tune, Trumpets of War off of Sacrilegion. Love that fucking album. Love Jesse. You know her voice, right? Yep. And then Tannic and I did because Bill takes the pictures and we both doing thumbs on the album. And I woke up this morning and people were commenting on it. And I'm like
saying it was bad or saying it was...
Well, it was kind of like, are they ripping on the album? Right. So I'm like, I text Jesse. I'm like, I text Bill. I'm like, dude, take it down. I feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
I texted Jesse. I'm like, dude, I didn't mean to offend you. You know, me, you, Ross, Tannic, we all fuck with each other, you know?
Yeah.
And Jesse, and I apologized. And he's like, dude, I knew your intent. I wasn't offended. And I'm like, cool, we can give each other that shit, but kind of a public forum. I was like, it's kind of a douchey thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Did you guys call a scene, please? No. Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Not yet. They're coming. The new authority's coming. End of June, early July.
All right, I'm excited. I hope it's good, dude. I hope it's good. Because that shit I sent you guys was fucking the best. I don't give a shit, man. That was good.
Yeah.
To your chat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. I love it.
No, but you're right, though. I mean, always busting each other's chops and being able to have fun with it, being able to take it, being able to give it, man. I mean, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, but you just saying that, though, man, really kind of puts the line on it, though, too. You know what I mean? Like, you saying what you just said really kind of says you're not trying to actually fuck with somebody's livelihood or who they are, and you know that you're good enough friends, and, like, being respectful enough to give them a call and say, hey, dude, I didn't mean to make it like that. And you never know how that shit's going to turn, you know, because there's a ton of things that I've posted where people go the other direction with it. Like, dude, can you be that way? And, you know, like really taking it seriously.
Well, I did that to somebody because it was a few years ago, a friend of mine, we always give each other shit and talk shit to each other online. But every time I'd post something promoting Glutton specifically, he'd always talk shit on it.
Yep.
Like, and I called him up. I'm like, dude, give me all the shit in the world, but if I'm posting something to promote my band or something, just shut up.
Yeah.
And he got it. He apologized.
Right.
And I felt like that was kind of me a little bit last night.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh, that's probably not cool.
I begged probably that same person you're talking about having issues with people that I've had on this show.
Yeah.
And posting on my flyers, and I've made that call several times, or had that person call me up and go, what the fuck? Why'd you take that down? I should be able to say what I want. I'm like, if you got something to say to somebody, say it to them. Don't, this is a business, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to offend anybody or piss anybody off. And I mean, all jokes aside, man, you know what I mean? Like, any of the silly shit that I say on here is not meant to hurt anybody's feelings, man. Or,
Right.
And I definitely, I've had some less desirable bands for myself they're just not my thing. But I've had them on here because I support the entire fact of it. You know what I mean? Like, your heart's in it. You do what you want to do. If it's not my thing, it ain't for me to say it's good or bad.
Yep.
You know, it's subjective. Go fuck yourself. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to hurt anybody's fucking feelings. But if you got those people that are out there that want to shit on people all the time, it's just not. You know, it's not conducive to do. And you have a lot of people that will say, fuck this scene or the scene, you know what I mean? And they make it into this thing that it really isn't, you know what I mean? A scene's what you make it, you know what I mean? Like, if you're out there supporting these bands, they're going to support you back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're going to, you know, be supportive to whatever you're doing, be it a guitar show, a guitar shop, your band's playing out, you know, buying a CD, tuning into a podcast, anything like that, you know what I mean? You got to be, you know, respectful to everybody, and it sucks when that shit happens. But
you know, and like, just your point, you know, there's a line where there's things that we could probably say internally to each other, but when it gets out there in the public forum, you know, you could even talk shit about my band to me, but the public forum where there's visibility out there. Number one, they don't know the relationship. You know, number two, you know, what kind of vision does that give other people type deal. So, yeah, so that was awkward.
I think Jesse's dad almost punched me in the mouth once before because I was, you know, being disrespectful to him in person. You know, and his dad didn't know our dynamic and just talking shit. And, you know, his dad was pissed, and he's like, dude, my dad fucking wants to kick your ass, dude. You know what I mean? And it was, it's kind of one of those things, you know. You just you draw a line, and I think that's the boundary of being a good friend too. You know what I mean? Like, being respectful enough to give him a call and say, hey, dude, you know, I didn't mean to. I don't fucking, you know, like, it's cool of him to say, well, it is what it is, you know, but it's cool to have that fucking, you know, the line. The line to be there, the boundary. Like Nate. Got to cut his sleeves off. If Rob, Jess, Ross, and myself aren't giving each other shit, then someone needs to do a wellness check on us.
Who's that, Nate?
That's what Nate said,
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
Jim said the thumbs down pick was great. I can't wait to get canceled. Is what Jess said. Sounds relaxing.
Right. Doesn't it, though?
Totally, man.
That whole, you know, talking shit, but like amongst friends reminds me of when Frodo and I first joined Echoes. And Frodo and I would always riff on, you know, we'd give each other shit constantly. And we're doing it at practice, and the rest of the guys are just like, whoa, is everything cool? And we're like, oh, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, what's your problem?
That was another one though too that spiraled out to more people too. You know what I mean? The Echo shirt that I have, the True Cunt shirt. You know what I mean? That's you laughed when you saw it, but that whole time frame it was everywhere. You know what I mean? I think you brought up the whole Jordan Sucks shirts that you made. Back in the day too, with your face on it. Wasn't it your softball shirts or something like that?
Yeah, we had a softball, metal scene softball thing, and our team was Jordan Sucks. I had my face on it.
That's amazing.
Jordan Sucks, and then I made buttons and stickers. And
I remember the buttons. Remember seeing those?
I'm fucking marketable.
That's hilarious, dude. It's so funny. You know, yeah, I could just imagine somebody seeing that shirt like years later and like, wasn't that dude doing sound at Lee's? No, he was the guy from the Underground, man. He was at the Underground all the time, you know, that type of shit. I did hear some pretty cool news from Stark the other weekend. He said that he was actually having a conversation with the owners of the Club Underground, and they actually bought a new board.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. So I don't know what happened there, but I don't know. I don't know, but he said that they purchased a new board, or they were in the middle of doing it, or so. I can't remember what the conversation was, but he went down there for their employee party, and they said something about, you know, praising NYDM for having, you know, doing shows there for like 12 years or some crazy shit. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
You know, and I don't think there's ever been any real big, you know, problems. I mean,
Craig Patno.
I was just going to say that. Knocking over the tables.
Russ breaking his hip.
What, my old lady falling off the fucking chair on her when she's trying to scissor Carrie in the fucking.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw Greg the Bouncer there throw Ben the Ghoul to the ground because he was being a drunken shit.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. He got shot in the hand a fucking couple weeks back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh shit, he's good.
That's
dude.
good shit.
I'm so glad Jordan's Law is not in effect anymore. Thank you, Marion.
Well, I'm sure it's coming back after you just jinxed it. I am very familiar with Jordan's Law.
Yes, I've caught the bug a couple times myself. Actually, when we started working together, when my car tried to kill me, I'm like, fucking great. It jumped into my car, jumped off his car onto my car, and he's like, dude, I haven't any.
It jumped into Brian Owens for a while.
It did, actually.
He was
That's
having
right.
Like,
Yep.
terrible luck with cars, and I'm like, well, curse is lifted. Your problem now.
It's because he's just the old version of you.
Yeah.
There's that
looking into
picture
a
at fucking Lee's
mirror
with Jordan
20
behind the
years.
soundboard.
Dude,
Oh my
they're
God.
fucking there's drivers that come into work and they'll talk to Jordan and he'll get up and he'll leave and they'll come back and they'll like leave, go to the door and then come back and they'll start talking to me and I'll go like that and he goes and then he'll come walking around the corner and go, oh, that's the bald beard dude I was talking to. Sorry, man. You know, it's fucking funny because Nick says that I'm just he goes. The bald beard guy with the gray beard instead.
Right.
It's just fucking hilarious, dude. It's funny shit, man. What do you do with that shit, Jordan? I feel sorry for you. It's that you're the younger version of me and Brian.
Guess I know what to look forward to.
Know what not to
Into
do.
the future.
It's good to know that in the future I'm still fucking hilarious.
Oh God, here we go. Nate says a new board? ? That sounds great. Nate, I don't need a shirt to know he sucks.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I'm gonna keep a pet spider at the shred den in the room I'm in, so Nate just stays.
No,
away.
because I'm in that room too. That's where I do my setups.
You don't like spiders either?
No, I like spiders. They're fine, but I just don't want to step on one.
It'll be in a thing
No, I'll probably step on it.
until Nate walks in and I throw it at him.
Gonna get one of them Australian what are the box spiders? What were those things that you showed me the other day that were like this
The
big?
fucking huntsman,
Huntsman, that's what it was.
like a foot long, like their leg span. They're like this,
Yeah.
just
No?
He shows me a picture and he's like, dude, what would you do if you walked into your house and dude, the thing's fucking like this big. It's the size of one of those pictures on the fucking
Shoot
wall.
it.
I'm just going, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I'd be like, well, the house is his now.
Shoot it.
Here's the keys.
Hey, what's for dinner, dude? Like fucking you're trying to figure out what's up. All right. We're gonna pull in some bats and
Australia's
shit,
fucking
dude.
Scary.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
We're 100%, man. Fuck.
Everything there was bred to kill.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. So, with your gear stuff, dude. So, is there a specific thing that you're still looking for, or you always kind of?
So I think what really happened was starting the guitar shop is I chased all my dragons. I caught my dragons.
Right.
So there's nothing I'm really looking for that
Right.
I don't have.
Right.
So the shop's kind of nice because I can just bring shit in. They're like, yeah, okay, cool, sell it, whatever. But no, I've been fortunate. I've been lucky. I found pretty much everything that I've wanted. There's nothing out there that piques my interest at this moment. That's new or something I don't have. I've been fortunate enough to find even collector shit that I've wanted throughout the years.
Yeah.
I've been collecting shit for a long time. There's people that have one guitar their whole life. That's cool. I wish I could be that way.
Right.
But I've always liked collecting the gear as well as playing the gear, setting up the gear, and all that stuff, man. So it's
Well, you like to know the ins and outs of it.
yeah. Well, and part of the
Actually
reason why I got
play
into
it.
music too was the imagery of it, and the cool, all the Marshall stacks on the stage and the different metal and evil looking guitars and all that shit, So, part of that was the appeal too. So,
Oh God, I was gonna try to show you. Kurt from Crowbar had just.
oh, the solar. Yeah, I seen
Dude,
that.
yeah,
That
see
thing
that?
looks sick.
fucking wicked, dude.
Yeah.
I told Nate that he needs to sell his Rhodes and get the Solar.
That thing is sick looking, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
And the way he described it too, he's like it personifies Louisiana
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that,
Yeah, he's got the little thing on the 12th fret and everything.
It's got fucking is it got a fleur de lis on there
Yeah,
or something?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
that's amazing,
Yep.
man. God, he's such a bruiser too, man.
Yeah.
That dude's tone is ridiculous. Fucking
It's just heaviness personified.
for
Yep.
sure, man. For
Yep.
sure.
So,
Yeah, good shit, man.
shit.
Yeah, they're doing a new Down album too, I hear.
Yeah, they're working on it, I guess.
Kirk, and it's more akin to the first album, which is a masterpiece.
For sure.
I'm excited to hear what they come out with that new guitar.
What have you been listening to lately, Rob? What are some of the albums? I was just listening to that new Judas Priest. That fucking album is amazing, dude.
So I've never been a huge Judas Priest fan in the first place.
Yeah.
I did give that one a spin a couple times.
Yeah.
Just kind of not my thing. It's not bad. But definitely today I gave the new Deicide 5 spins. And
5 spins in one day.
Yep. That thing rips, dude.
No shit.
My lunch break, I went and bought the vinyl. It's just
They've been on a roll their last few releases and shit.
This new one.
Last 2 for sure, right?
It's just got Glenn Benton is like at the top of his. You look at Glenn Benton and then Chris Barnes, both singing that death metal shit for the same amount of time, and
Right.
where Glenn's vocals still. And we just played with Deicide a couple years ago,
Right.
So it's not studio magic,
Dude, and
you know what I mean?
that last show that you guys played, he was on his game,
Yeah.
dude. He sounded really good, and his backing band was fucking mean, dude.
They had a couple flubs at that show playing the Legion album, but yeah,
Right.
no, they're still tight as fuck. And this album is so cleanly produced. The riffs, the solos are just ripping. Glenn sounds on top of his game. So I'm pretty pumped on that.
He sounds the best he has in years.
Oh, yeah. He's pissed.
Like
He's
the last
pissed.
2 albums
He sounds
have been
pissed.
Right.
fantastic. He was on that.
Fuck the cover, though. I got to say that.
I actually love the cover.
AI. It's just AI, dude. I'm
was on
not,
that-
I'm not a fan of it.
Now, I watched an interview with him. It's not completely AI.
Okay.
Like, he came up. So I didn't know this, but he pretty much designed, like, all their album covers.
Okay.
But he made the design and then had AI fine tune it. This is
Okay.
according to an interview that he had. So
Okay.
it's not just he just didn't put
He's backpedaling like a
types.
motherfucker.
I don't know. He just did types of. This is what he says,
No, I got
that he
you.
actually came up with the design and the concept and then had AI refine it. So whatever.
Makes sense.
But
Makes sense.
I actually love the car. I think it looks brutal.
It is evil as shit.
But yeah, I don't know. So as far as anything new that I've been listening to, the new Skeletal Remains. That's
Heaviest
actually I
shit.
think that's their heaviest one so far.
Nate just said they're playing at in Sioux Falls May 11th with God damn it, who did he say?
We're going to be in
Nate-
Chicago, Nate, so you can go to Sioux Falls.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You guys are going to be at Magoo or
Yeah.
Magoo's, right?
But I thought they were playing in Madison, too. I thought I'd seen a date on Madison.
Yeah. Jim just asked if you're going to see them in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's too long of a drive for a show.
See Deicide in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
That's what he was asking.
Oh, Deicide? Nah. No.
They'll come back here soon enough.
Yeah.
The spider's going to be your guys' new mascot, apparently, is what Marion said.
It's better than a cat, especially one that doesn't have hair.
She has hair.
Naked cats.
Some
Yeah, it's real. It's like Peach Fuzz. I actually
Not a
held her.
fluffy cat. How's that?
She's
Cats
from
at
out-
least can be fluffy.
She's from outer space.
She is from outer. Dude, have you seen her up close?
I've seen pictures. That's good
Dude,
enough
up
for me.
close is
I don't like
something-
cats.
Dude, she got
I don't
ET
want.
neck,
Why would
dude.
I want to see an alien
is
cat
like-
on
you
top
like
of
Like
it?
cats. You started a Cats on Amps page. Rob Carlson, cat lover.
When'd you start AI? Fucking AI Jordan over here. God damn it.
Fucking cats on amps. That's awesome, dude. That's pretty awesome. I mean, it's that'd sell, Rob. You know that, right? You're gonna make a calendar for that.
What's the next subject?
There you go. That's a great way to like promote
There we go.
the shop.
I think we're doing
Amps
just
with-
fine doing
with cats on them.
No. People are allergic to cats, Jordan. It's very inconsiderate to randomly just put a cat on an amplifier and then kill somebody because you ask if they're
Darwin's law.
no.
Sorry.
It's kind of like
if
peanut
you're-
allergy,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, if-
exactly.
You got to warn people.
Yeah.
If you're
Say,
allergic to a nut, then maybe
Do not
know.
play this amp if you're allergic to
Yeah,
cats.
so we're gonna separate 50% of our possible client base. No, I don't think so. A for
Imagine
effort.
how
though.
many-
Oh, he
you're
said
gonna
May
get in.
17th with Exhumed in Sioux Falls, and it's not at Biggs. It's at what's the name of the fucking? Did you see what Jim just posted? Cannibal Carlson.
Cannibal Carlson.
All right,
Looks
thank
like
you
I
for
got-
everybody tuning in tonight.
Damn it, Jim. See, now you just ruined it. Yeah, May 17th with Exhumed in Sioux Falls, and it's not at Biggs, is what I was.
That's a Friday.
What's the? Yeah, it is a Friday. What's the club again, Nate?
You have Google.
I don't have Google right now. I don't.
Bet you they could tell you.
I don't like to Google while I'm doing this because I get focused on Googling. I do. I'll
Googling
totally take myself right out of the conversation. You just silence and I'll be.
All of a sudden, Greg's just looking up why banana flavoring doesn't taste like banana.
This is why. This is what I'm saying. So you were going to play some brand new Glutton, and those guys shut your ass down.
They're
like, don't you dare.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you, dude?
Yep.
Well,
So I did bring a track with the new lineup though, for in celebration of Minnesota making marijuana legal. We re-recorded our track Cannabinoid Hypermesis and dropped that on Weed Day, which was August 1st of 2023.
Weed Day,
celebration.
Day.
And I don't smoke weed, so ironic, whatever. But
I only drink it nowadays, heavily at work. I'm lying. I'm totally lying.
I didn't hear that.
But we can listen to that since you brought it up.
Perfect.
And I know that you're ready to drink.
Yeah. I'm ready to smoke.
We got to get him a cigarette and some alcohol in him real quick and some riffs. So we're going to throw some riffs at you. Again, this is Glutton for Punishment, Cannabinoid Hypermesis 23. Glutton for Punishment. Music is available on iTunes. You guys on Bandcamp too, right?
Yeah, iTunes, Bandcamp. We make the most money on Spotify, YouTube, all that shit. So
all the good stuff.
Yeah,
dude. Thank you.
Metal Archives.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you
doing
for
this,
having me.
man.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you being so supportive with everything too. And I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Lots of love, man. And I'm looking forward to all this cool shit that you're going to be dropping here pretty soon.
This summer, 2024 is everything goes hopefully as planned. It's gonna be a really good year.
I'm gonna hit these flyers one more time. We've got you guys playing at Magoo's May 11th in Chicago. You can see the flyer. I'm not gonna try to butcher through these again. On the May 24th, you're playing Palmer's with Die Hardcore, and you can see the flyer there as well. June 8th, you guys are playing, the Black Flood Diesel is playing the Monster Hall Unity, Wisconsin Music Fest with this crazy-ass flyer and Tantric. And Jess was saying how much she really loves Tantric.
It's actually one of her favorite bands.
Yeah, that's what she said. She was like, yeah.
All 7 inches.
These guys are...
a Tantric song.
What'd you say? We're going to play that Tantric song as soon as we get at Club Carlson. Later. It's going to be on the PA system. And then we got you guys playing Black Flood Diesel headlining the Callous Soul debut album release at the Station 4.
Please, come on.
Studio B, Skyway Theater. Harsh Reality back together again after, 10 years they've been apart? So that's pretty cool. Go check that stuff out. That's going to be a good one. Again, June 22nd. It's a Saturday. Go do that. July, they're going to be, Glutton for Punishment is going to be at the Slammy D. Are you guys playing Friday or Saturday? Does she have that up yet?
I know, but I'm not going to say.
Okay. Make sure that
she announces it.
Yeah. Make sure that you keep track of the Slam Dakota Fest, the most vicious fest in the Midwest. And we're going to try to get Les on here and talk about the fest again this year. Then August 10th, you guys are doing the Zymurder Fest. What is this, 4? Why is it?
Yeah, I think so. It's 9th and 10th. We're playing on the 9th on that one, and then my birthday's the 10th, so it's going to be a great weekend out in Menominee.
Hell yeah, Menomina. Let me see. Again, he said August 9th and 10th. Doors are at 6 on the 10th or 9th, and then 4 on the 10th. Pre-sale, all that good stuff, and it's a brewery, so you can go and get buzzed up in Menomina. So make sure you checks it out. And we're gonna do some cannabinoid hypermesis 23. Thanks again, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you everybody for joining us in the chat. You guys rule. Appreciate it very much. Tune in next week. We'll have some King Goro on here.
Fuck yeah!
So come check it out. They're going to play their EP in its entirety, all 4 songs. They want to do that. So I'm seeing it right here. We're gonna be doing that. So check us out next Friday, and we're gonna listen to some a tune. God damn it! I'm all over the place here. Let's do it.
One job.